What up, YouTube? You can't stop trading and investing with your boy James E. The green streak continues. So today I want to talk about OZSC, my position. I talked about the red day yesterday, but wound up capitalizing on a later move later on in the day. Also AITX, same thing there. Yesterday talked about me going red on the dip buy, but also capitalized on a later move on AITX. But before I get into that, man, please click that like button. Please subscribe. It is very much appreciated. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that likes to research and analyze anything I find interesting in the stock market. And I like to share that with anybody willing to listen. So, that being said, let's just get right into it. So OZSC, we talked about it in the previous video. If you haven't watched it, please go and do so. I winded up taking a red on the day when I made that video, okay? So right in the early in the morning, I winded up being down about $300 on this dip, purchasing it from the previous day, and then selling it into this dip for about a minus $300 on the day in that position. Overall on that position, I was profitable. But I do my P&Ls by the day. So I wanted to being down about $300 on the day. It was just being a little too choppy here, so I kind of just stayed away from it. But then I noticed it holding this consolidation over the 29. And so towards the end of the day, as you can see right here, right before the close, I bought it in this push in the 32s, and it shot up to the 33s. And I did it in two accounts. So I winded up making a little over 300 on this account and up over a little over 300 in the other account. So, that put me up about $650 profit on yesterday, on the day. So 650 minus 300. So I winded up going green after all. And then same thing with AITX. I noticed it started to gear up. I bought it in just one account. I just bought a small position in one account. Bought it towards the end of the day. Winded up popping. Still actually was red in AITX, but instead of having that $100 red, I winded up gaining back another $80 on that position. So I was roughly only down about a $31 on that position. So overall, green on the day. So we can get in here. So my green streak continues 12 days in a row. That is beautiful. And that's kind of what I talk about, guys. Just sticking to what you know. AITX, OZSC, even TSMP, FORW. These are all familiar stocks that I've been watching for a while and getting used to the intraday movement and capitalizing on what I'm seeing in the intraday. A lot of people ask me about it. Ask me why I don't hold these certain stocks, or what is my strategy with these certain stocks, and the reality of it is these are penny stocks. Okay, so for me personally, holding on to penny stocks for a long period of time is extremely risky. Okay, that is just my experience. I've been in the penny stock arena since 2016. I originally started off investing in penny stocks. Pretty much doing what I see a lot of my subscribers are doing. Well, at least the ones that talk to me about it, which I appreciate, and I'm always here to help. And that's just, hey, man, this company, they look like they got good products. They look like they got good people in place. And, this is a hot right now, yada, yada, yada. And that's pretty much what I used to do in the beginning stages of my career. During that time, marijuana stocks were hot. So that's exactly what I did. I would go research, marijuana stocks. I would research the company. I would research the products, do all that due diligence. And then I wound up buying and holding. And guess what? A couple years later, all those stocks went to shit. So, that's kind of the experience in penny stocks. If you haven't experienced that yet, I hope you don't have to, but the reality of it is 99% of penny stocks are going to go to shit eventually. That's just the reality of it. Because I get a lot of comments and where, hey man, this is going to be the next big one. This is going to be the next big one. This one. And from my perspective and just from my experience trading in the penny stock arena, in the OTC arena, because there's a reason why they're in OTCs. There's a reason why they're not listed on NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange. There's a reason for it to be an OTC, okay? And that's already says a lot. So when I get these like, hey man, this is gonna be the next big one, reminder, I'm not a penny stock investor. I'm a penny stock trader. Now, if you want to talk investments, Neo, great investment, fundamentally sound, growth in revenue year over year, quarter over quarter. NNDM, a great investment. Same thing. Growth in revenue annually, year over year, growth in revenue, quarter over quarter. Those are both listed stocks. Just examples. That's the kind of stuff that I would like to invest in. That's the stuff I invest in. I don't invest in extreme speculation in the penny stock arena. I just trade and capitalize on intraday movement. And this is for a perfect example. I mean, if I would have bought here and been up, 29 and it completely drops down here to 18, I mean, that's a huge, that's a 30% drop that I would have to hold through. When really I took my profit, sold it, bought back in, took some more profit, sold it. I mean, if I'd held in, it continues in a downward spiral. Same thing with AI. That is AITX. Same thing with OZSC. I mean, if I'd have been up here, yeah, I'd have been happy. Cool, 50 cents. And then boom, back to the 25s. I just lost half my profit. I can't, for me personally, that doesn't make no sense for me personally. Again, with my experience I have in the penny stock arena, I've seen it time and time again. I've lost so much money trying to hold these things and hope because I believe in it. And so from my experience, it just doesn't work that way. If it's not fundamentally sound, if I don't see growth year over year, then it's not really worth me investing into. I don't care how good it sounds. I don't care, the only one that is really intriguing to me is TSMP, only because I truly believe in the people. I believe in Brian Foote and George Sharp. Those two together, just because of George Sharp's background and experience through all the years in the penny stock arena, and part of his job was eliminating scams and pump and dumps. So for him to be a part of this company made me believe that it is not a scam or a pump and dump. And then just the fact that Brian Foote has 20 plus years in the digital currency market, that told me, okay, these guys could really do something together. But again, I'm not holding on to anything. I'm just buying and selling the intraday price movement, and I'll continue to buy and sell the intraday price movement until I feel like these stocks could I can no longer capitalize on. Because I get a lot of those questions too, where, hey man, can you talk about this? Can you talk about this one? Can you talk about this one? My goal isn't to, try to buy and hold a bunch of penny stocks. That is disaster for me. That's going to be failure for me. I'm not doing that. I do go check out all you guys' suggestions. If I feel like it can meet or it's gaining up to, maybe something on the technicals that I see, because OTCs have a lot to do with technicals. So if I do see something that looks technically sound, maybe a breakout, maybe a potential dip, or what I like to call a potential reversal, like we're seeing right here, pop, get in a base and somewhat looking like it's reversing, then that's something I might be interested in. If it has heavy enough volume plays a big part of it as well. When the volume starts dying out like here, we don't necessarily know which way it's going to turn. But OZSC, AITX, these are stocks that I'm just very familiar with the intraday movement. So I'm okay with buying this at the end for that quick pop, adding me some profit for the day, and then just holding it till tomorrow because of the pattern that it's showing right here. The close of the strength here shows me that it can reverse and pop up. I'm sorry, not tomorrow, on Tuesday, because we have a 3-day weekend. And then you never know what news is going to come out on a 3-day weekend. Same thing like AITX. I'm holding about 24,000 shares at AITX because they just dropped the news of, they're having momentum in their products, accelerating, receiving multiple orders. So, I could let that news fester for 3 days. That might get more and more eyeballs on it. And then I was just looking on YouTube, and there are a lot of people researching this stock on YouTube. I've noticed a lot of recent videos. That's also a great catalyst for this thing to maybe reverse. But I will never buy and just hold on to this thing for days and days and days. I personally can't do that. Part of my strategy is just buying and selling the intraday movement and capitalizing, taking my 6 to 10%, moving on, cutting my loss at 2% or less, moving on, and waiting for the next opportunity. Just like I did with AITX and OZSC, took my losses on both of them in the morning, and just patiently waited for the opportunity to present itself. Then OZSC broke the midday high right here. And that's exactly where I bought in at 32. When it broke that midday high, boom. Then I winded up capitalizing on it. So, I mean, that's exactly how I do. Patiently waiting instead of me just holding and hoping. And then as you can see, just, in the recent, that's exactly what's been working. I have 12 green days in a row, which is amazing. I've only had 5 red days in January, which is amazing. And the green streak continues, and we'll see what happens on Tuesday, and we'll take it from there. So a quick lesson on OZSC, AITX, and penny stocks in general. My thought process, my perspective of penny stocks. I don't hold these things, okay? But you can capitalize on the price action, or you're gonna sit there on your hands and do what I did in my beginning stages. Oh, okay, I'm down 30, 40, 50%, but I believe it's gonna come back. And luckily for us now, we're in the January effect, and we're in this market cycle where the market is hot. So a lot of we do get lucky. I've got lucky. But I prefer to go with skill than luck. I prefer to go with the process and the plan than just try to get lucky making profits. And that's what I do. So leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of my analysis. Again, if you made it this far, please click that like button. Please subscribe. You Can't Stop Mafia is a mindset movement, meaning never stop yourself, never stop your progress, never stop your education, especially in finance. Having multiple streams of income is an amazing thing, and the stock market is a place where you could do that. So OZSC bought back in, winded up going green for the day. AITX bought back in, which decreased my loss from 116, I believe, to 30 bucks. Now I'm holding those two positions over this long weekend. AITX with the recent news, so that gives 3 days for people to research and analyze and potentially push this thing in the right direction. OZSC looked like it was having a nice reversal, so purchase that, holding for the 3-day weekend and hoping to capitalize it on Tuesday as well. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I'll be sure to keep you updated as much as possible. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.